Have you ever stopped to think about the impact your words and even your posts can have on someone's life? Maybe you posted something simple, almost without thinking, but it deeply touched the heart of someone special who was on the other side of the screen. It wasn't just another photo or a phrase thrown to the wind. It was something that suddenly brought a genuine smile, a feeling of real connection. That person felt something strong. They saw in you what perhaps you don't even see yourself, a reflection of your unique way, your generosity, your fascinating way of living. And it is at this moment that you need to ask yourself, what power do you really have over this person's feelings? This is not by chance. There is something there that goes beyond the superficial. Love has a unique power, doesn't it? There is such a genuine and true exchange that happens when you give yourself wholeheartedly to someone. It's that feeling of fulfillment, knowing that what you do, and what the other person does, creates a deep connection, a harmony that goes beyond rational understanding. It is not just about being together, but feeling that somehow, your soul intertwined with the others. This generates a satisfaction that overflows the heart, a happiness that seems to spill over and infect everything around. And the most incredible thing is how this feeling, this love, makes you see the world in a different way. As if, by connecting with this person, a new way of seeing life arises, revealing a beauty that previously went unnoticed. Together, you start to realize that there is something greater, a kind of spiritual awakening that transforms even the small things of everyday life into special moments. It's as if this joy, this happiness, couldn't be contained just between the two of you. There's an almost inevitable desire to share this energy with others, to spread this light and positivity to those around you. Maybe it's because you feel that the world needs more of this, that so many people are seeking that same feeling of wholeness, of genuine love. You want to offer a bit of this experience, this love, to help elevate the collective. And by doing this, by giving of yourselves in this way, there is an even greater fulfillment. Because it's not just about the love between you, but about the impact this love can have on the world. It's about contributing, helping, elevating others, even if it's with a simple, yet sincere gesture. This is the true power of love, to transform, to connect, to heal. And that, without a doubt, is a victory that cannot be measured in words, but in feelings that touch the soul and expand into the universe. You know, sometimes what we share with the world goes beyond words. It's not just about what you say, but how you make someone feel. And it seems that somehow what you are putting out there, whether in posts, messages, or any other form of communication, is touching this person's heart deeply. It's not just about exchanging words, but about creating a feeling of security, of coziness, something that makes them feel embraced, cared for. It's as if each message, each line, is charged with an energy that comes straight from the heart. This connection you are building, even if not directly spoken, is strengthening. It may not even need to be expressed in words. It's the thing you feel but can't explain. She is seeing something in you that is pure, that is genuine, and this is awakening in her a desire to be more open, to show her own heart, to be vulnerable. And that's not easy, you know? Showing the most delicate parts of oneself to someone requires a lot of trust, but you are creating this safe space for her without even realizing it. And look, that's powerful. Because in an age where everyone is so concerned with showing their perfect side, you are showing something real, something that resonates with the truest part of the other. She is thinking about you, maybe more than you realize, because you are making her feel seen, heard, understood in a way that is rare these days. And this creates a bond, a silent understanding, a connection that doesn't need to be spoken but is deeply felt. You notice that this person has been observing you from afar, with some difficulty in completely opening up, but with each passing day, she feels a little more secure to show you who she really is. It seems that this person, throughout life, was very repressed, suffered a lot, and these wounds made her create a kind of armor around her heart. All this protection made it so that she couldn't see herself clearly, as if she were always hidden behind a mask. We can perceive that, in some way, this person was distancing themselves from the world. Perhaps they became very introverted or simply raised barriers that kept them isolated. But at the same time, you can feel a great purity within them, something that strongly connects them to God, as if they carried within them a special light, almost like that of an angel walking on earth. And it's curious how, when they get close to you, they start to see a reflection of their own wounds, as if both share experiences and pains that, somehow, make them similar. This connection makes them feel more comfortable being who they truly are, setting aside the mask they would normally wear to protect themselves from the world. This connection between you is something very special. It's as if there is a perfect fit, where one complements the other, like yin and yang. Together, you form a love that is both intimate and deep, but also protected. Both have their moments of reservation, but it is in this union that the universe seems to pour love upon you, connecting your souls in a way that transcends the physical, leading to a very strong spiritual connection. There is a healing journey happening, an intense and deep process involving complex emotions. The feeling of being separate, but at the same time yearning for closeness, reveals a burning desire to be nearer to you. They observe everything from afar, with a look that conveys passion and an intense desire to approach, but something holds them back, as if they were a stranger in their own story, trying to find their place. This person carries with them a feeling of not belonging, a sense of being misunderstood amid the whirlwind of emotions that surround them. This deeply wounded them, making them withdraw, hiding behind barriers they themselves built for protection. They tried to adapt to what the world expected of them, but this adaptation only brought more pain and loneliness. However, there is something in you that breaks those barriers. You are not fooled by the masks they use for protection. Somehow, you can see who they truly are, beyond the facades and walls they have erected over time. This ability to see them genuinely without judgments makes them feel vulnerable, exposed, but at the same time, strangely safe. It is as if, by your side, they could finally be themselves, without fear of what others might think or say. This love they feel for you comes from this deep connection, from the certainty that with you, they can be real, authentic, without needing to hide their fragilities. They know that, with you, there is a safe space, a place where their wounds can begin to heal, where loneliness can be replaced by true connection. The feeling of safety you provide is a balm for their wounds, a space where they can finally start to heal and rebuild their life in a way that makes sense to them. At the same time, this love is terrifying, because it implies letting go of defenses, allowing themselves to be seen and loved for who they really are. Therefore, they hesitate, approach cautiously, afraid of being hurt again. But deep down they know that you are different, that with you there is the possibility of a love that heals, that embraces, that accepts. A love that goes beyond appearances, that connects with the soul, that sees what is most true and beautiful in who they are. She is going through a very delicate moment, full of ups and downs, but with a depth of feelings that is hard to ignore. She carries insecurities that make her question various things about herself, as if she always has a sense that something is out of place. It seems that there is a deeper connection in this situation, a kind of reflection, where both she and you share the feeling of not completely belonging to this world. The healing is underway, something very intense, especially in relation to the heart, but it is a slow process. What you share with her, whether in conversations or publications, resonates directly with what she feels, making her feel less isolated and more understood. She sees you as a soulmate, someone she can truly rely on, someone who understands her in a way that few people can. This brings her immense joy, even though she still has fears and doubts. There is something beautiful in this feeling, a kind of soul recognition. But at the same time, she still has a lot of anxiety and a sense of displacement. As if, even knowing that you have this strong connection, she cannot fully open up for fear of being rejected or not being enough. There is this internal barrier that she is trying to overcome. From afar, she observes you. She feels deeply connected to you, but there is a distance that perhaps isn't even physical, but emotional. What you express, whether in your words or actions, touches something very personal within her, and in a way is helping in her healing. She feels valued by you, especially when she notices that you remember small details, things that seem insignificant but hold enormous weight for her. This makes her feel loved and understood, something she does not easily find. And that is where the strength of this connection lies, an exchange of energy that, even with insecurities, provides emotional rejuvenation. She really wants to open up, show who she is completely, but that still terrifies her. The idea of being vulnerable is frightening. She wants to take off the mask and be authentic, but insecurities and fears prevent her from fully exposing herself. Deep down, she knows you value her, but the internal voices that say otherwise still speak loudly. This makes her hesitate, maintaining a certain distance, as if she is always with one foot back. However, she is determined to continue, with perseverance, facing her fears, especially the fear of being rejected. What happens is that she is still in a process of deep healing. For a long time, she felt out of place, as if she were a stranger in this world. And that feeling is still present at times. However, by connecting with you, she is starting to realize that there is nothing wrong with her. Somehow, you both share this higher perception of things, as if you see the world from a different, broader, and more conscious perspective. This unites you in an inexplicable way, a mutual understanding that goes beyond words. But even with all this connection, there are moments when she seems to pull away, as if she puts up a barrier again. It can be difficult to understand, but it is almost as if this withdrawal is a way to protect herself. She is afraid of getting hurt, afraid of not being enough. And this ends up creating this distance, which may seem cold, but is just an attempt to deal with her own feelings. Somehow, you both understand each other deeply, but at the same time, you are still dealing with these internal barriers that make the connection more complicated. It is as if both of you were a bit introverted, feeling different from the world around, but finding solace in each other. This authenticity that you share is what keeps this bond so strong. There is no space for falsehood or dishonesty, and this raw truth, even if sometimes painful, is what makes this connection so special. She may be afraid to show everything that's inside her, but deep down, she knows that with you, it's safe to be who she truly is. And little by little, she is allowing herself to believe that. This person not only feels flattered to have you in her life, but there is something deeper, something that touches directly the heart. She feels truly honored by this special connection that you share. Every moment together, every conversation, every exchanged glance, strengthens this feeling that the universe, or rather God, has blessed this union with something unique and precious. She sees you as someone with a maturity that goes beyond the ordinary, and this does not go unnoticed. On the contrary, it is intensely captured through the energy you transmit, your actions, and especially the essence of who you are. And what you share online only reinforces this perception. It is as if every post, every word said in the digital world, echoes this depth of yours, this authenticity of yours that attracts her in an almost magnetic way. Between you, there is an energy of partnership, a feeling of mirroring that is rare. There is a warmth, a flame that both of you have kept inside, waiting for the right moment to be expressed to the world. And now, it seems that this moment has arrived. You both have something unique, something that transcends the superficial and touches directly on the soul. And that is where the magic happens. Although to the world, especially to those who do not know you well, you may seem more reserved, the truth is that what you share is something deep and intimate. Each conversation between you carries weight, an importance that goes far beyond words. It is in this safe space that she feels comfortable being herself, showing parts of her that she had never revealed before. And it is precisely this that, at the same time that it charms her, also scares her. She had never allowed herself to open her heart in this way, never exposed herself as much as she does now with you. This makes her feel vulnerable, but at the same time, it is a new and exciting experience. She is exploring new emotional territories, learning to trust, to give herself in a way she never has before. When someone goes through experiences of pain and rejection, it is common to feel disconnected from the world, as if they were a stranger in their own space. Harsh words, unjust criticism, and merciless judgments can leave deep marks, creating wounds that seem difficult to heal. Often, people around feel entitled to point fingers without really understanding what lies behind the story of those they judge. But the truth is that no one has the power to judge another human being. That right belongs solely to the divine, and even then, God does not judge. What he offers is a love that knows no limits, a love that embraces, heals, and transforms. No matter how the scars of the past have made this person feel unworthy or inferior, there is a healing process happening. This process is not immediate, and sometimes, the pain can seem unbearable. The accumulated anger over time, the difficulty in expressing themselves, in saying what they really feel, and the inability to set healthy boundaries are results of this long journey of suffering. However, there is a rebirth in progress. It is as if, little by little, this person is rediscovering their inner strength, finding their voice, and above all, understanding that they deserve to be loved and respected. You have a profound impact on this person's life. The way you make them feel is not just special, it's as if you are their anchor amidst all the turbulence the world can bring. They look at you and see someone who not only understands their pains and anguishes, but also has the ability to promote true and meaningful healing. It's not just a matter of words, but of a genuine and deep connection that goes beyond the surface, touching the core of what really matters. What you have is rare. In a world where people often get lost in appearances and superficialities, you two share something truer. This loyalty between your souls is not something you find just anywhere. It's a sense of stability and security that, in fact, few people truly experience. They see in you not just a partner, but someone wise, mature, with a positive outlook on life. And this makes them feel safe, stable, as if they have finally found a place where they can truly be themselves. The abundance of love that exists between you is almost palpable. You make her realize her own worth, something that, unfortunately, she hasn't always been able to see on her own. The energy that flows between you is a testament to how much you complement each other, to how much you are capable of supporting each other in times of difficulty and joy. It's as if your love is a silent answer to all the doubts and fears she may have. What others may not realize is that this self-love you share is much stronger than most can imagine. It may even be that, to those looking from the outside, you don't seem like the most confident people in the world. But in reality, this confidence is rooted in something much deeper and more genuine. It is not confidence based on appearances or the opinions of others, but on the understanding of who you truly are, and in the full acceptance of that love. She, in particular, may have felt lost, unworthy at times, carrying wounds that life has imposed over time. But what you do, what you share, is like a balm for those wounds. What you posted online, perhaps without realizing it, had a real impact. It was a reminder that she is loved, that she is enough, just as she is. And that, my dear, is something powerful. You are helping her heal, reconnect with herself, realize that the love you share is a reflection of the love she needs to have for herself. This person is going through a profound moment of transformation, and you can perceive how this is impacting them in various ways. They carry a heavy load of anxiety, sleepless nights, and constant worries. Oftentimes, they find themselves imagining the worst possible scenario. This is a hallmark of someone who, for a long time, felt alone, almost as if they were navigating the difficulties of life without an extended hand to help. They are reserved, avoid sharing their problems, and even when necessary, have difficulty asking for support. Maybe this is something you also recognize in yourself, because, in a way, you reflect each other in many aspects. This transformation they are going through is not easy. There is a sense of loss, that the things they knew are disappearing, and with that comes fear and insecurity. These are old beliefs and perceptions about themselves that no longer serve them, but for a long time, were the foundation of their sense of security. Now, these beliefs are unraveling. The walls they built to protect themselves are crumbling, and while this is necessary, it is painful. What they most deeply want is to tear down these barriers, to liberate themselves, to feel whole and capable of loving themselves unconditionally. They desire confidence. They want to embrace who they truly are, without fears or limitations. However, this process of removing the blocks is arduous. There is sadness, and this sadness comes from the fear of being alone. They know that maintaining these barriers only distances them from true love, both the love that comes from God and the love you offer. But still, there is an internal struggle. They realize that clinging to a false sense of security is preventing them from growing, from opening up to love. However, this fear of loneliness is still present. Maturity is beginning to emerge within her, for on some level, she already understands all of this. She is aware that she needs to leave these things behind, but the fear persists. And as she awakens to this new version of herself, she feels an increasing disconnection with the people around her. This makes her feel even more misunderstood. She is in a process of rebirth, of rediscovery, but this path is not easy. Sometimes, the journey of awakening can feel lonely, and that's what she fears. She doesn't want to lose connection with the world, but she knows that to truly find herself, she must let go of everything that was holding her back. You know deep down, that destiny brought the two of you together for a very special reason. It was not by chance, and now more than ever, it is important to understand that you are not alone on this path of letting go of illusions. Sometimes, it may seem that no one around you understands what you are going through, especially when you choose not to fit into the molds that others expect. But truly, you are not alone on this journey. What you are experiencing together is something profound, a connection that goes beyond words, an intimacy that is not easily found out there. This closeness to each other's true selves, and also to the divine, only grows as you allow yourselves to transform. Of course, this can be scary. Changes always bring a dose of insecurity, and many of these feelings may be bubbling inside, even without you realizing it. Perhaps there is a twinge of regret seeing some things fall apart, as if you were leaving something important behind. But if you stop to think, this regret is not so real. What you are feeling is more about observing old wounds, processing all of this, and finally letting them go. It is like letting a weight fall off your shoulders, except that this weight was not yours to carry. And the partnership between you? It's advancing, strengthening, paving the way for something even more significant. Hearts are opening up to each other, and it brings a new, almost palpable energy. She is feeling it too, that enthusiasm that comes with optimism, the inspiration that springs from the simple fact of you being together. There is a healthy, creative energy flowing between you, and that's something very special. Every gesture, every word you share, whether online or in person, only intensifies this connection. It's as if each of your posts is a reminder, a reaffirmation of what you have, of what is growing between you. And you know what? She is feeling more alive, more energized with all of this. This is just the beginning of something bigger. New beginnings are emerging on the horizon, and you can feel it. A solid foundation is being built, brick by brick, with each moment you share. She is coming towards you, bringing something true, something that comes from the soul, offering the purest part of herself. Life is unfolding in a way that, although it may be scary at times, is also incredibly beautiful. So take a deep breath and keep moving forward. The journey is yours, but you don't have to walk it alone. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wishes the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your decision is. Type Amen to claim this message and the blessings contained in it for you. Leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now and stay tuned for the important message that awaits you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.